some drama, ladies and gentlemen? Grab yourself a nice cold drink because you've been robbed.
You got robbed, Chief. You got the mask on.
This is a fun situation that's been panning out for a couple of days now. And finally yesterday, the fire broke loose. And I was studying for the bar last night. I'm like, oh, I don't have the energy to deal with this drama right now. But what I want to talk about right now is this post right here. A lot of people keep asking me, hey, when are these so-called events going to be coming out to make up for the past Grand Arenas or the next few Grand Arenas that we're missing in the month of June? Because as you guys know, because Grand Arena Championships is rolling around probably next month or something like that, they totally blocked out all Grand Arenas for the month of June. So that's a lot of rewards missing. That's a lot of Zetas you're missing. Tons of gear you're missing, and probably more importantly, in my opinion, is going to be the mod slicing materials in order to get all those lovely 6-dot mods or even just a slice up to those other higher 5-dot mods. Problem is that this stems from right here. In light of this, we are looking to offset the rewards you normally receive with some other events. Stay tuned. So keep in mind, this was posted May 28th, and a couple days later, about a week or so later, June 4th, we got the release of Shock T and all this other lovely news. Not going to go over, but we did talk about this briefly, where they say get prepared to compete in Grand Arena Championships with the following bonuses, and you get all these double drops. You get these double drops for the hard nodes, the normal nodes, cantina battles, fleet battles, mod battles and challenges, ability match challenges, and as well as the ship ability match challenges. Very important. So we've been getting double drops. Double drops are always nice. Not going to say double drops are a bad thing, because we always do appreciate them. However, they aren't still, even though you get double drops, 2 times 0 is still 0, and that doesn't mean it's going to be a good replacement for anything. But at this point, we didn't figure that this was supposed to be a replacement for the Grand Arenas that we were missing for the upcoming month. So as a result, you get a ton of people over on Reddit almost every single day. I swear, at least every other day, someone asks, when are the Grand Arena replacements events coming? Almost every other day, this has been happening. No response, no response, no response. We all assume probably that they're still figuring it out when they're going to release some event that disperses the rewards or just do some disbursement in the game in your inbox. Nothing was said until all of a sudden, I believe there was a mod on the Galaxy of Heroes forums that confirmed at first that, oh yeah, the double drops are meant to be the replacement for the Grand Arena Awards, and people were like, no way, that can't be true. And then finally we get poor Crumb over here, rest in peace. And wow, I just noticed this is a this got downvoted over 1,000 points. Yikes, that's definitely probably the most downvoted comment I've ever seen for the Galaxy of Heroes Reddit page. The senior community manager, SB Crumb, definitely had a rough day on here, where they finally come out saying, oh, apologies for the confusion. The double drops are the additional events we scheduled to make up for the lack of Grand Arenas this month. This is not designed to be a one-to-one replacement for all the materials you would have earned from Grand Arena, but it gives you the option to focus farming whatever gear and squads you need to prepare for Grand Arena Championships. Wow, good sir. Let me show you how double drops has been helping moi. There we go. Look at this. I love double drops. Always get what I need. 2 times 0 is still 0. This is me recently trying to take advantage of the double drops. This doesn't show the whole story. I did 2 energy refreshes and back to back. I only got nothing. I got nothing out of 2 back-to-back refreshes. This what I'm showing you right here is definitely probably a limited case compared to the broad picture out there. Look at that lovely picture from Mobile Gamer. Ooh, he's looking good. I don't want to completely bash Capital Games right now because I definitely feel like they could have intended this to be the case, that double drops are supposed to be the replacement, but it was communicated very poorly. And I just want to make sure you guys are well aware that this is supposed to be your Grand Arena replacement reward. So no Zetas, no extra mod slicing material. And basically, to get really the most out of double drops, you got to spend crystals in order to kind of put you where you would have been if you did Grand Arena. So to be fair, there's a couple of crowds that are talking about the situation. There's a crowd that really loves what Capital Games did, and I feel like there's a good majority of the crowd that absolutely hates what Capital Games is doing in this regard. First of all, the thing I think that really, I know Crumb said in his post that this isn't supposed to be a one-to-one replacement, but however, I feel like this is definitely not even close to a one-to-one replacement, where a lot of people who are trying to prepare for Grand Arena need materials like these. I mean, Grand Arena, I believe if you win, let's say, each round, you get like 12 of these right here, which is a lot of guild currency. I mean, 450 for just 3 pieces. Getting a bunch of these every single Grand Arena battle is huge, and that's what helps you prepare for Grand Arena, so you can get those lovely and juicy 6-dot mods. So missing out on this is already the first problem I'm seeing with this. The second problem, before we address the crowd that does like this situation, the second problem to this situation is that also there's no Zeta mats that are being dispersed, and Zeta mats are also critical to getting ready. They're spamming so many characters in the game lately, especially like Shakti, and then people want to try to get all these other things such as Padme, and then Anakin, and then Darth Malik, and then General Kenobi, and Count Dooku, and Ahsoka Tano, and Newt Gunray. There's so many Zetas being added to the game lately that it's hard to get prepared for Grand Arena. And the other day when I made the video talking about the podcast that Carrie was on, the Escape podcast, I didn't think about bringing this up because I didn't feel like it was too relevant to the video overall, but there was actually a point in the video where they talk about drop rates. There's been a lot of talk about drop rates lately, whether they're rigged or whatnot. I know Mobile Gamer went on this big hunt looking through patents that EA has filed, and I believe some of those patents were granted in terms of trying to rig the system in a way that's undetectable. And in that discussion she had with the podcasters, the topic came up about Zetas. I believe she brought it up herself, where she believes, I don't know if she misspoke or she just didn't know, or maybe this was supposed to happen and it never got implemented, but she said in the podcast that, for example, the Zeta mats that come from the ship challenges, that you always should at least get one. That's the way they have it, so people don't feel bad. However, the case is we don't have that in place. You still can get 0 Zeta mats when doing the ship ability challenges, and at times you can get 0 and 0 back to back, and sometimes back to back to back to back.
One of the things I was so frustrated when I started was, I think it was ships had it was a chance of getting the Zetas. It was 0 to 2, and it was like half the time it was 0, and it was like, that's a terrible feeling thing. And I say that not really remembering for sure 100% if we got rid of all of those, but it's like, let's just at least start with, I don't care if it's 0 to 2, then just give everybody 1. Don't do 0 to 2, because 0 feels like crap.
So for those people who are trying to, let's say, focus on these older public, double drops are very helpful. Yeah, you might not get as much as you want every time, but usually, hopefully, the math works out in your favor, where you can get a lot of shards of Canderous, Mission, Juhani, Jolie, and the list goes on and on and on. So I do want to address, there are 2 viewpoints in this, and I see a lot of people that do not care. They're happy about double drops, and I'm happy about double drops too. I'm not saying have one or the other. Do the double drops, but as well, try to give us the rewards that we're missing out on, because it seems odd. It seems a little perverse that to try to get that one-to-one replacement, you got to spend money or crystals to try to catch up, and that doesn't seem like a good way to prepare for Grand Arena. It's not a very good source of goodwill, I think. Now, I'm not going to bash the developers and talk about intent. I don't want to think that they intended to screw over the player base and just make you pay crystals and money to try to get caught up to some extent. And even if you do spend money, you're not going to get the same amount of Zetas and the same amount of slicing material that you would have otherwise through the Grand Arena event. So I don't want to think that there was an intention on Capital Games' part to do this to us. I think it was a poor communication. I know we've had a couple of weird communication things lately, and I think probably they just did a poor job conveying that the double drops back when it was first released a couple days ago, that was supposed to be your replacement for Grand Arena. So that's up to speculation right now. I would think, from what I see, by connecting the dates and connecting the rewards and kind of seeing this post finally from SB Crumb, probably wasn't intentional, but bad communication, and I think they really need to consider to just dispersing some Zeta mats and some slice materials, because really, if you want us to enjoy Grand Arena, and you want us to make that, if you want us to accept that as the core aspect of the game, we need ways to prepare for Grand Arena, and since there's no Grand Arena events, those materials should be gifted to us, so that way we can try to catch up and get ready for Grand Arena, because that's going to be way more helpful than doing 18 sims and getting maybe a couple pieces of gear, or in my case, get nothing. All right, and lastly, we got to talk about the Geonosis Territory Battle monthly schedule. People have been asking, when is this Geonosis Territory Battle dropping? We all know Darkside Territory Battles is going to be the first one to drop around soon, and they said that they want to let us know about the Territory Battle scheduling for the foreseeable future. So right now, they run 2 Territory Battles a month. They have a Light Side Hoth and a Dark Side Hoth. With the release of Darkside Geonosis, the new map will be available with each instance of a Hoth map on the current schedule. We already had this issue. They haven't really addressed it much, but there's the issue where you only can pick one or the other. You can't do both Geonosis and Hoth at the same exact time. I really urge them to reconsider that. That would be nice to have an option so people can try Geonosis, and if they know they can't do it, they still have Hoth to back out on, and people who still need to do challenges on Hoth or collect the characters on Hoth, they can still do so. Whole other problem, we already talked about that quite extensively. As such, guilds that are ready to tackle the challenges of Darkside Geonosis will have 2 instances a month for the time being. We're expecting the first instance of Darkside Geonosis to arrive late this month, shortly after the update is available on the store. So it's expected, we're still we're about mid-June right now, so probably expect it. I'm just gonna say let's wait till the very end of the month, and who knows, stuff happens where things get delayed. It could get pushed into July. What do I know? But that's gonna be it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Just want to make sure you guys know what's cooking in the game, how the preparation for Grand Arena is going to go. No materials for Zetas, as well as the mod slicing materials, and just to let you guys know about the updates on Grand Arena Championships and Geonosis Series. Let me know what you guys think down below. Do you have a different perspective on the whole issue that's going on right now? Would love to hear your thoughts. Like the video if you did enjoy it, comment down below, and be sure to subscribe so you're not missing a thing, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.